आत्मना यस्यैकनिश्वसितकालमथावलम्ब्य जीवन्ति लोमविलजा जगदन्दनाथा विष्णुर्महास इह यस्य कलाविशेषो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। नमः कमलनाभाय नमः कमलमालिने नमः कमलपादाय नमस्ते कमलेक्षण यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तद्ध्वं हदेवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। बोले राधा कृष्ण भगवान की जय। प्रिय भक्त समुदाय, दिव्य आत्माओं, महानुभाव, dearest devotees of the Supreme Lord, divine souls. First, let me say Radhe Radhe to each and everyone, and my pranam, my humblest prostrations to all of you. Again, tonight we are at our center, Radha Kunj in Singapore. The topic for 3 days talk here, Karma Yoga in the Gita. Last night we looked at karma, duty, Vedic rites and rituals, karma, dharma. What do we get? We acquire something called punya, spiritual merits, which will determine which heaven we will go to and for how long. But having gone there, we saw in Gita chapter 9 verse 21, Tetam bhuktva swargalokam vishalam kshine punye martyalokam vishanti. As we start enjoying the pleasures of heaven, which is not true happiness, we saw from the Vedas, the happiness of heaven are only that of this material world multiplied a number of times. So as we start enjoying the pleasures of heaven, the punya that we perform to go, which is almost impossible in Kali Yuga, so hard to do, as soon as we start enjoying, the punya starts destroying, until one day is going to finish, and then we'll be kicked out of heaven. Karmas become zero. And because karmas become zero, we have to start all over again. Not only that, the Vedas, Mundak Upanishad, 4th Mundak, 2nd Kan, 10th mantra tells us, Hi nataram bhavishanti. Because karmas become zero, we will be thrown into lower forms of life. Dog, cat, donkey, worm, tree, grass, etc. This is why Bhagwan Shri Ram says in the Ramayana, Uttarkand of the Ramayana, he said to the residents of Ayodhya, Ehi tan kar pal vishayana bhai, Swargahu swalpa ant dukkhadai. That this human body which is so valuable that devatas, celestial gods, are begging and praying for it and still cannot get it, was not given to us to just enjoy sensual pleasures, the senses, nor was it given to go to heaven. Why? Swargahu Swalp. Swalp means zero, non-existent, that there was no true happiness in heaven. And the worst part, Anta Dukkadai, it ends in suffering. After going to heaven, we're going to suffer. Meaning we'll be thrown into lower forms of life. One of such inferiority. Uncountable times we have been to heaven. And we have to come back right here and suffer. So the aim is not heaven. We have been there uncountable times. The aim is God realization, to attain God, Sri Krishna. Once we attain God realization, it's forever. Sada pashyanti suryaha tad Vishnu paramam padam. The Vedas say, once we attain God realization, it is forever. Maya can never affect us ever again. We cannot lose it. That's the ultimate aim. Now, so this action, karma, will only give us heaven. And there's another thing we hear about Gyan. What will Gyan give us? And what is the path of Gyan? So karma means dharma, duty, action. Gyan mostly means akarma. Neither good nor bad. The Jnani tries to destroy the mind. Udaraha in his home. A Kamadhenu is a wish yielding, trying to attain God, just as someone is trying to cross a huge ocean, Mahasindhu, but he doesn't have a boat. Binu Tarani. Shri Krishna is saying the Jnani is so dear to. On the other hand, we hear that the Jnani, Tulsidas Ji Maharaj is saying, first he calls him a fool, then he calls him wicked, then he calls him animal. Why? We'll hear, but let's do bhajan, kirtan first. Brajas Madhuri, part 3, number 60. Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Oh Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 ऐसी कृपा कर कृपामयी राधे तो ही भूलू नहीं पल छिन आधे ऐसी कृपा करो कृपा मई राधे तो ही भूलो नहीं पल छिन आधे तो ब्रज रस अम्बुधि राधे एक बूंद पिला दे मोहि राधे। गोविंद राधे राधे राधे
गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद
तू तो मादन रसमयी राधे यही रस बस बनवारी राधे।
तू तो मादन रसवारी राधे यही रस रस बनवारी राधे।
ओ राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे राधे
राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे राधे।
दर्शन दिया ना दे राधे उर दर्शन व्याकुलता दे।
दर्शन दिया दे तारे दर्शन व्याकुलता दे।
मैंने माना नहीं मैंने माना मैं पतित अति राधे तू भी तो पतित पावनी राधे।
मैंने माना मैं पतित अति राधे तू ही तो पतित पावनी राधे।
ओ राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे राधे
राधे राधे।
मेरा नाम है कृपालु जी का राधे मेरा नाम तो कृपालु जी का राधे।
गोविंद गोविंद राधे राधे।
बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। So, first let's understand, Acharya, he says just as someone is walking in the dark and he mistakes a rope, there's a rope on the ground, he mistakes it for a snake. In the same way, we have become confused and formed the illusion of Maya. The Maya is an imagination of the mind. It doesn't exist. There are two kinds of Maya. Bhagavan Shri Ram said to Lakshman, Lakshman had asked one day, Lakshman, the younger brother of Shri Ram, was sitting with Bhagavan Shri Ram in Chitrakoot, and Lakshman decided to question the Lord. He asked, what is Maya? Bhagavan says, Tehi kar bhed sunahu tum do vidya apar avidya do. Lakshman, there are two kinds of Maya. One is called Vidya Maya. Nam Bhukta Bhoga Majonya. Shveta Shutaro Upanishad, chapter 4, verse 5. This Ved mantra is saying Maya has three qualities. Gun, teen gun. Sattva Guni Maya, Rajo Guni Maya, Tamo Guni Maya. Sattva Gun, Rajo Gun, Tamo Gun. Tribhir Gunamaya Bhavai Rebhi Sarvamidam Jagat. Mohitam Nabhijanati Mamebhya Paramabhyayam. Chapter 7, verse 13, 1-3, Gita. Maya has three qualities. Shri Krishna is also saying. So from these three qualities, Rajogun plus Tamogun, that is Avidya Maya, these two combined. And Sattva Gun alone, that is Vidya Maya. So, in ancient times, Not in the Kali Yuga. This age we live in is called the Kali Yuga, not in Kali Yuga. In ancient Ara Yuga, Satyug, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Gyanis were able, Rishi, Gyani, Muni, they were able to cross Avidya Maya. Rajogun, Tamogun. They realize I am the soul Atma. Avidya Maya has made us forgotten who we are. Ek dushta atisaya dukha rupa jabas jiva paro bhava khupa. Avidya Maya controls the individual soul. Has made us forgotten that we are the soul Atma. And because of that, we fall in this bhava koop, this ocean of Maya, this world, and suffer. Extreme prerit nahi nij bal take. Vidya Maya creates the world we see around us. Birds, animals, mountain, rivers, human being. This world we see. To sting him, in order to avoid being stung, he dives into a pond of water. As long as he remains under the water, he is safe. But the bees keep swarming above. And the moment he comes up for air, the bee will sting him. A person has committed some crime. He goes and hides in the forest, in the cave. The police can't find him. But how long is going to stay in there? He has to come out and go in the town to get food, etc. And the moment he comes out, goes in the town, the police see him and they capture him. This is the samadhi of the self-realized soul, the Jnani, Atma Jnani. The greatest example of this in Bhagavad Mahapuran, 5th canto. Jar Bharat Paramhans. Jar Bharat was the eldest son of Rishabh Bhagwan. He had 100 sons. He ruled the whole world for 10 million years, 1 crore varsh. Totally detached. Totally detached. He was Paramhans. After 10 million years, he distributed the world among his sons, and he went in the forest to continue his sadhana. He went on the bank of the Gandaki Nadi, which is in Nepal today. There were many ashrams of great saints and sages. And he is continuing his sadhana, spiritual exercises. One day while he was sitting on the bank of the Gandaki Nadi, a pregnant deer came to drink water. While she was drinking water, a lion roared. And the deer got so scared. To save her life, she tried to jump across the whole river. In so doing, the baby that was in the womb fell out. She had a miscarriage. And the deer ran away in some cave, and due to the exertion and the miscarriage, she died. Now the baby is drowning. Jar Bharat saw the whole incident. He dove into the water, took out the baby, resuscitated it, took it to his ashram and started taking care. He became attached to the baby deer. This is the Vidya Maya. People who keep dog, cat, parrot in your home, you get attached. He became very attached to the deer. Like you would get attached to a child, to your own child. All sadhana, everything he forgot. He's doing sadhana, the deer will come and start nudging him. He stopped chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, he would go and start playing with the deer. Stop chanting Radhe Radhe. One day he realized death was approaching. He had great spiritual power. So he called the disciples in the ashram and told them, I'm about to leave now. But the deer, I'm very fond of her. Please bring her to me now. So they went and brought the deer, and he started fondling her, and he said, I'm very fond of this deer. Please take care of her when I leave. And he left the body with his mind attached to the deer. Paramhans self-realized. He got attached to a baby deer. This is the Vidya Maya, that's the world. And what happened? He had to be born as a deer in the next life. Yam yambapi smaram bhavam tyajatyante kalevaram tam tame vaiti kaunte sada tad bhava bhavita. Chapter 8 verse 6 Gita. When the life leaves the body, Shri Krishna is saying, whatever we remember at that time when the life is leaving the body, that's what we're going to become, where we're going to go after we die. And what we're going to remember, whatever our mind, our heart is attached to, what we love. So he was attached to it. So it's not complete. It's a nipasha. To become free from Vidya Maya, we have to do bhakti. Bhagavan Krishna says in Gita, Daivi Hishane Prapadyante Maya Metantarantite. Chapter 7 verse 14 Gita. Bhagavan is talking about Vidya Maya. Surrender means bhakti. Jnani doesn't surrender. Karmi doesn't surrender. Yogi doesn't surrender. Only bhakt, devotee surrenders. He takes shelter in Bhagavan. Only the one who completely surrenders to Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna says, I will free you from Maya. Bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatitetam brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Chapter 14 verse 26 Gita. Those who worship, again bhakti, there is Paramhans. Even that Paramhans is subject to downfall again and again. Shri Krishna is saying, until and unless he does something. He does what? Mad bhaktim. He does bhakti. Mad bhaktim, mama bhakti. He does bhakti for me, for Shri Krishna. You'll find all frame amongst five. Jagat Guru Tam. So he's subject to downfall because Vidya Maya is still there. The Jnani falls again and again. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tattvataha tato mam tatato. Chapter 18 verse 55. Shri Krishna is making it very clear here that without bhakti, without the path of love in God, one cannot attain Brahma Gyan, Paramatma Gyan, knowledge of God. Impossible. The path of Gyan in Gita in chapter 12, Arjuna asked Shri Krishna, those who worship you as God with a form, Sakar. Bhagwan has two forms. Nirakar as well as Sakar. Dve vava brahmano rupe murtan chaiva murtan cha Brihadaranyaka. The Vedas say the supreme power called God, Bhagavan, Shri Krishna, difficult. almost it's impossible to meditate on something that has no form. How are you going to love something that you can't even think about? In order to love, there must be something. So he says it's so difficult. Kshurasya dhara nishita dhuratyaya kathopanishad. The Vedas say the path of Gyan is so difficult. It's like walking on the sharp edge of a sword. Kahat kathin samujhat kathin sadhan kathin vivek. To speak about the path of Gyan, difficult. Kahat kathin. To understand, more difficult. And to do, forget it. Sadhana kathina vivek. In Kali Yuga, impossible. Many places in the Kali Yuga Mahima, I told you one day that there's a section of the Ramayana called the Kali Yuga Mahima. Kad Basundaji, that great devotee, has seen uncountable Kali Yugas by the grace of Bhagavan Sri Ram. And he's describing to Garudji Maharaj what happens in Kali Yuga. He says, Ehi Kali Kal na sadhan duja jogana makh japa tapa upavasa. Hey, Guruji, you human beings who are listening, reading Ramayana, you just read in a storybook and don't understand anything. This is a Kali Yuga, this age we live in. In the age of Kali Yuga, one cannot do yoga. I mentioned about yoga yesterday. Yoga doesn't mean exercise. It's one limb. Yoga means yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, samadhi. Impossible. Makh means havan, yagna. You can't do. I told yesterday. 6 conditions. Jap, do in the name of God in the bead. Can't do. Tap, austerities. We don't have the strength, the capability. Upavas, fasting. Oh, people do all kind of fasting. Monday fast, Tuesday fast, Wednesday, every day is fast. We understand what fasting means? Upavas. Upa means to go close. Vas means the thing, the object. God. That which takes you close to God is called upavas. Doesn't mean not eating food. While fasting, it is so difficult. Every moment your mind has to be in God. I'm so hungry. How can you think about Bhagavan? This is Kali Yuga. In other ages, people were able to do. Thousands and thousands of years, no food, no water, no air even. Kashipu stood on one toe, the big toe, one toe, with hands upraised for thousands and thousands of years. No food, no water, no air. This is Satyug. That was Satyug. This is Kali Yuga. We think it's just no food. Or some people they eat meat, so they will only eat vegetable. There are people who shouldn't have food. Some eat food, so no salt. So I'll eat only fruits. Oh, that's not fasting. Fasting means something else. No anger, no greed, no jealousy, no lust should come in the mind. The moment any one of those come, it's finished. Little things. That's why it says in Kali Yuga, this is all impossible. Can't do. Kali Yuga Jogana Jagya Jnana. Huh? Hey, Guruji, in the Kali Yuga one cannot do yoga. One cannot do yagya, dharma. We went in detail yesterday. And one cannot do gyan. What to do in Kali Yuga? People nowadays, you don't have to know Sanskrit. There's so much translation on who's translated, we have no idea. Someone takes a dictionary and translates. Total mess. Every word in the Vedas, you can on top it says one thing and what it means something totally different. These are divine words. What we have, material mind, material intellect. We're going to give a material meaning to divine words. Bhagavad rasika rasika ki baate rasika bina को समझ सके ना खग जाने खग ही कै भाखा. One day I told Tuskaraji said, just as a bird alone can understand the language of another bird, so too only one book and think they know everything. Theoretical knowledge. Somebody has done a course in cookery. They've attained a degree. They've written cookbooks, but they never cooked food, one meal practically. Not reading or hearing, but realized, as I mentioned before, that person goes in samadhi. It's not complete, they fall again because Vidya Maya is there. So, it is higher than Shabdik Gyan, Atma Gyan, self-realization. And the third one, Paramatma Gyan, Brahma Gyan, knowledge of God. This is the highest. One has attained divine knowledge, infinite knowledge, has crossed Vidya Maya also. This is the one we have to aim for. That one will only come through bhakti. Gyan alone will give Atma Gyan, knowledge of the soul, Atma soul, self-realization, not possible in Kali Yuga. All the scriptures are telling us, impossible. In other yugs, yes, not in Kali Yuga. People claim to be self-realized and people believe anybody can say anything. I can come and say, I am a saint, I am God realized, worship me. Many people wear clothes, very simple people in the world, those who don't have true knowledge, they look outwardly at what kind of clothes a person wear, what they eat, their behavior, etc. They judge it because they can't see on the inside. They judge externally. And this is why instead of saints, they end up worshipping fake imposters. Majority of people in this world today in Kali Yuga. Andhe naivaniyamana yathandha. Mundak Upanishad, first Mundak, second Kand, 8th mantra. The Vedas are saying people who read a lot of books, they think they are very knowledgeable. Pandit means knowledge. And people who believe in them and follow them, make them guru, is a case of blind leading the blind. Andhe naivaniyamana yathandha. Ved is saying, Bhaiya, not me, Ved. Mundak Upanishad, first Mundak, second Kand, 8th mantra. All that person will do, he is going to hell and taking you with him to hell also. Atvadarshinaha. These are the two conditions Shri Krishna is saying in Gita. Chapter 4, verse 34. These are the two qualities that qualifies one to be Guru. Jnaninaha means he has complete knowledge all the Vedas, all the Puranas, all the scriptures. Is seeing God. Only such a person is qualified to be Guru. Ved is saying same thing, Bhagavad everywhere. But we're doing Gita mostly. I'm telling you what Gita is saying. What Sri Krishna is saying in Gita. It's there. Of course, as again, people put their own translation. Someone was telling me today,